From the first battle to the last stand, this is for every fan who loves it. I am Dr. Love, and this is Aaron Love's Wrestling. Yeah! Turn the lights on, hear the crowd ignite. Heartbeat pounds on a Friday night. From the territory days to the modern age, every ring's a war, from every match to every stage. I grew up on legends, I learned to believe in heroes, villains, the blood, and you can see the love I have. It is all on my sleeve, from dusty roads to bright marquee. Wrestling is in my blood, there's no hate in me. Hear the roar when the music hits, goosebumps when the champion appears. Every style, every fight, every ring, one love for the business. I am here to bring the love and the passion in every review. Aaron loves wrestling. AEW, WWE, NWA, New Japan, TNA. It doesn't matter about the brand, I love it all. Aaron loves wrestling. My heart is in the ring. No walls, no war, just the passion for the business that I bring. Aaron loves wrestling. Say it, Mario. One world, one voice. Say.
How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Aaron Love's Wrestling Podcast, and I am Dr. Love, A.A. Raw, and I'm here to review Monday Night Raw. That is right. I know it's late, but I've been working extra shifts at my job. So here I am, getting in my review of Monday Night Raw. Better late than never, because this Raw, in my opinion, was the best Raw on the road to WrestleMania, and WrestleMania is getting better, and we are getting another match. The women's intercontinental title match was announced. So, and the Femi, Brock Lesnar is heating up. Roman Reigns and CM Punk. My goodness, what an ending to Raw. The OTC is really back, y'all. That is right, in the OG bloodline. So we're going to talk about that here. Let's first get into this. I am now partnered with Redcon One. Use the promo code Dr. Love on the protein products. That's correct, the protein products. I got the Twinkie flavor coming in. I can't wait to try it. It was highly recommended to try that, so I am. And I'm going to give a review on it, and I'll let y'all know how it is. I also got Total War coming in, pre-workout. It is a really good workout, pre-workout supplement. Used it before, and I'm going to use it again. Use the promo code Dr. Love on all the protein products and receive 20% off. That is right, 20% off of your Redcon One protein products. So I'm glad I'm partnered with Redcon One. They are big military and first responder supporters, and as am I, a first responder and law enforcement. So I'm glad to be partnered with Redcon One. Got partnered with them last weekend. Grateful. I'm thankful that they have partnered with Aaron Love's Wrestling Podcast. So use the promo code Dr. Love and receive 20% off of all your protein products. And then go get your Total War and the energy drinks. This one right here, my favorite flavor, Freedom Frost. So Redcon One, love them. And use the promo code Dr. Love and get 20% off. So let's get into this. Let's get into Monday Night Raw review. It started off with Brock Lesnar coming out, and Paul Heyman did the talking, just like the old school days. And I really loved this promo segment. Really loved this. They kicked off Raw in a great way. Paul Heyman came out, started talking about Brock Lesnar and talking about him, Oba Femi got the upper hand because Brock Lesnar had to deal with all the several masked men that Seth Rollins has. I hope we don't go too long with this masked men thing with Seth Rollins. We'll get to that here more in a few, but Paul Heyman also talked about how he conquered the Undertaker streak and Not even AJ Styles or John Cena or Shawn Michaels or Triple H. Anyone could conquer the streak, but Brock Lesnar did. Let's not forget Roman Reigns. He was the second one who defeated Undertaker at WrestleMania. So Brock Lesnar ain't the only one. But really good promo, and then out came the ruler, Oba Femi. That's right. Oba Femi came out and interrupted Paul Heyman. And I love the new shirt that Brock Lesnar has, by the way. FAF5. Love it. Plan on getting it soon. But uh, Oba Femi came out and he looked strong, threw Brock Lesnar over the top rope. And man, this is going to be a great match. This is really going to be a great match at WrestleMania. I'm really hoping that Brock or Oba Femi wins. And he gets put over by Brock Lesnar. But right now he's looking strong and being put over right now as it is with Brock uh, with Brock Lesnar. So I am loving this feud between the Ruler and the Beast, and I can't wait for next week on Monday Night Raw to see where we go from here. So this is getting really good. This is a dream match, fantasy match between Oba Femi and Brock Lesnar. So again, I enjoyed it. And let's get into nope, wrong one. The first match of the night, it was the Usos versus the Vision. And if the Vision win, they get a tag team title opportunity. And it was a really good match starting off. The Vision win by disqualification because she had Jey Uso get tossed some brass knuckles by LA Knight, who interfered during the match when the referee's back was turned. Jey Uso had the brass knuckles and did it right in front of the referee. He didn't care. He didn't care that he cost them the match. And I thought it was really interesting to see this side of Jey Uso, especially when we get into later in the night with Roman Reigns, the Roman Reigns and CM Punk segment. So due to the disqualification, the Vision have earned a WWE World Tag Team title shot, which has been announced for next week in a street fight. So we'll see if Roman Reigns interferes and helps the Usos retain the tag team titles. And if he does, then I would say that was really, really say that the OG bloodline is back. And I mean old school OG bloodline when they dominated WWE by holding the Raw tag team titles, SmackDown tag team titles, the Roman with the Universal WWE Championship. So it looks like we're getting the OG bloodline back, but really good match. Unfortunately, it ended in a disqualification, but with the storyline in play, and it made it more interesting. So now we have the Vision versus the Usos next week on Raw for the WWE World Tag Team titles. So really good segment. Jimmy wasn't happy. Jey Uso didn't care. So this was a really good, again, really good segment, match and segment. So we'll see if the Vision win the tag team titles. Who will interfere to help them? You got to think about that. But I think maybe Roman Reigns interferes, or maybe even Seth Rollins interferes and cost them the tag team titles. Maybe Seth Rollins and LA Knight. I was thinking that Seth Rollins and LA Knight could team up against the Vision. And that's why I think this might be going. They put their differences aside and we get Seth Rollins versus LA Knight at teaming at WrestleMania against the Vision. And maybe in a stipulated match. We'll see. Next, we have the Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch comes out and she's calling out AJ Lee, which then eventually sets up. AJ does come out and eventually sets up a rematch for the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. And I really do like heel Becky Lynch. She's really good, and she also mentioned in this promo, kind of brought the family involved, with her daughter. She was said her daughter was skipping and singing AJ Lee's theme, Light It Up, and it just made Becky Lynch really angry. And AJ Lee even used that later in the promo that I'm your daughter's favorite wrestler. And so this is a really good segment, and we get this rematch set up, which we all knew was going to happen. We all knew it was going to happen. They even need a promo segment. They could have just announced it. But we'll see where this takes us later on. This is I have a feeling Becky Lynch is going to win and win back the Women's Intercontinental Championship, and then she'll probably drop it to somebody else. Or Backlash, we might see AJ Lee and Becky Lynch again. I don't know. So we'll see where WWE takes us from here with this. But pretty good promo segment. I enjoyed it and thought this was really I think this is a really pretty good match at WrestleMania. At first, I thought they was going to set this up in a submission because AJ Lee started talking about making Becky tap and everything. And who knows, they might still make this a submission match. And I think that'd be pretty cool in a new twist, adding a stipulation involved a submission match. And maybe Becky Lynch can win by submission or AJ Lee retains by submission. So I think it would be great to make this a submission match at WrestleMania. I honestly do. So next we get this match right here. Great match. And I really do love Javon Evans. Javon Evans is a great talent. He's got great moves in the ring. And he was flying all over. So Javon Evans defeated Grayson Waller and Kofi Kingston after the match. Told Waller he was not going to get him disqualified, giving him his associated little tough love in the wake of his latest defeat. So Kofi Kingston and Waller, has a disagreement, and Javon Evans winning here, in my opinion, was really good, and I think he would make a great Intercontinental Champion. There's a promo that he did during the many ad breaks that Netflix has. We'll talk about that here in a minute or later on. But if you're watching VPN or the internet, then you got to see the promo, and Javon Evans was shot the Intercontinental Championship, and I think he'd make a great Intercontinental Champion. Maybe at WrestleMania, that's how they get Javon Evans on the card. Maybe we get Penta and Javon Evans, or maybe a triple threat or fatal four-way for the Intercontinental title with Javon Evans, Penta, maybe even throw Dominic in there. I don't know. I would like to see one-on-one match, and maybe that's the route because I honestly think we'll get Dominic Mysterio and Finn Balor at WrestleMania for the AAA Mega Championship, honestly. I think that's where they're going to be leading. We'll talk about it here in a minute. But great match, great segment. Next, we have, there's no slide for this, but we got Paul Heyman out again. A lot of Paul Heyman in this show. And we have him, the wise man or the oracle or whatever you want to call him. He comes out and he talks about Seth Rollins and addresses Seth Rollins. And one thing that I really hated in this, Paul Heyman was, after he got done talking, called out Seth Rollins. He was telling him to come out. And here comes Seth Rollins in the mask again. Now, if he came out with multiple masked men or something like that, it could have been a little bit better. But this part right here, I just didn't like. And I thought it was honestly dumb because you had Paul Heyman just staring at the camera, calling out Seth Rollins. And then here comes Seth Rollins, takes off the Paul Heyman sees the masked man, and Seth Rollins takes it off, and then Paul Heyman's in shock. And I'm like, come on, just have Seth Rollins come out now. There's no need for this masked man thing to keep on. There's not. Enough with the masked man. It was good. Good little segment when he had the multiple masked men out there and when they was all coming out. And then eventually he came out and made the attack on Paul Heyman. But now you can stop. So just have Seth Rollins come out. There's no need to keep having him come out in a mask with the masked look anymore. And then the part there where Paul Heyman just kept looking in the camera, calling out Seth, and also he turns and he's in shock. I just like, okay, that was just a little cheesy in my opinion. But I like how they got these segments with the police involved. It kind of reminds me of the Attitude Era days, and even some of the Ruthless Aggression era, where the police got involved and arrested whoever and escorted them out of the ring. So they were doing that. Paul Heyman kept running his mouth, and he mentioned Seth Rollins' daughter. Like, man, yep, I'm a dad too. And if you mention my kid, those are fighting words, buddy. So he returned to the ring and attacked him, and then the police got there, and then eventually got there and put the handcuffs on him. They escorted him out in handcuffs. So I thought that was a really good segment. Again, brought back those old school Attitude Era days, and even Ruthless Aggression. So really, thought that was a nice touch, and we'll see where this goes. I'm thinking maybe Seth Rollins and LA Knight teaming at WrestleMania against the Vision. That's what I'm really thinking this is going to lead to, because LA Knight tried to cost the Vision the tag team titles, and I think it could play in next week when Seth Rollins and LA Knight jump in. Not planned, but they both interfere, cost the Vision the tag team titles, Logan Paul and Austin Theory, and then eventually Paul Heyman comes out and sets up the tag team match between the Vision, Logan Paul, and Austin Theory up against Seth Rollins and LA Knight. I think this is where it's going to go. It's going to get all the men on the WrestleMania card. So I think this is where it's going to lead to. And I think it'll be a really good tag team match. And I wouldn't say it'd be a bad idea. Because what else is he going to do, especially with LA Knight? He's not going to be in the title picture. I don't want to see him in another. I wouldn't mind seeing him with the Intercontinental title because he's won the United States Championship. But no, this would be good. And in my opinion, not bad. Next, we get women's tag team action. We got the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane going up against Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. Really great tag team match. And you had Bayley and Lyra Valkyria win. And then after the match, you had Bayley call out the tag team champions and challenge them to a match next Monday. And they're going to be in Madison Square Garden. So they challenged them to a women's tag team title match next Monday for the title. So we'll see if Bayley and Lyra win. I'm not sure what's going to be the fate of Bayley, especially this year, because later point this year, her contract is going to end with WWE. So she might be making a really good last run and maybe leaving on good terms. She might leave for AEW, or she might resign if WWE has a clear direction for her, especially storyline wise or even titles. So she has hinted at that going to AEW a few times because Mercedes Moné is over there, and she can also have other opportunities such as New Japan matches, Stardom, and maybe even CMLL. And so we'll see where this goes, especially with Bayley and what plays out for her later on in the year. So next we get the Intercontinental title match between the AAA Mega Championship champion going up against Intercontinental Champion Penta. And I love that Penta's the Intercontinental Champion. I really do. Penta wins due to the interference by Finn Balor. And I love that they had the old school Finn Balor music going. And Finn Balor also attacked JD McDonough after. I really do believe this is going to lead to Dominic facing Finn Balor at WrestleMania for the AAA Mega Championship. I think Finn Balor might win. It'll be a way for WWE to put a title on Finn Balor and everybody, I guess, try to please everybody because a lot of people have been wanting him to win a world championship. And that's why I think this might be happening. And it wouldn't be bad for him to win the AAA championship either. My thing is what's going to lead. As far as Penta, maybe Javon Evans due to Javon calling out for the Intercontinental title. Maybe a triple threat match or a fatal four-way match with Dominic, Penta, Javon, and Finn for the Intercontinental Championship. But we'll see. We shall see. And then next, finally, we get to the CM Punk and Roman Reigns confrontation. CM Punk comes out and he responds to about Roman Reigns called him old and he's proud to be called old. He named off several uh, athletes who played in their late 40s and early 50s, and he was saying he's proud to be old. I love this the shout out there with he said he didn't use just for men like Roman Reigns does. He started talking about his gray beard and that he didn't need just for men, that he was proud of his gray hairs and that he's old. So I love that. That was pretty funny. And then we have Jey Uso comes out, and as he's coming out, bro, CM Punk's still talking, and CM Punk looks in the camera like, "What's he gonna do? Eat me to death?" I thought that was funny. This is like really unhinged CM Punk right here. I think it's funny. Jey Uso comes out and he starts basically telling CM Punk to stop calling out his family, stop talking about the family, and he needs to apologize. And of course, Punk ain't doing it. And then he lays out the challenge for the World Championship. He never got his rematch. And then after that, out comes Jimmy Uso. No music, just comes out. And he calls off Jey Uso. And he starts saying you need to leave CM Punk to Roman. That we need to focus on our tag team titles. That all he sees is red. And due to that, cost him the match that set up the tag team titles on Raw next week. And Jey Uso keeps going on and says, "Where's Roman at? Where's Roman at?" You know. Now comes Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns comes out, and he respectfully asked his brothers or his cousins, the Usos, to leave. And we see him Punk's trash talking like, "Hey, no, y'all might just stay out. Roman's gonna need your help." And he keeps running his mouth, and then Jey Uso attacks Punk. And then Roman Reigns Superman punches Punk in the back of the head. And then out comes Adam Pearce and security. And then Jey Uso tells Roman to get him, smash him. And when he said that word, smash him, that's when it clicked. Roman Reigns attacked Punk, speared him, and threw him on the outside of the ring, and it slammed him on the table. And then he left it. But we got the OTC Roman Reigns back. That's right. We got and I think this is really great for WrestleMania. And you know, when he said that smash him, a lot of people are saying that he is giving orders to Roman, and that Jey Uso probably eventually become the tribal chief. Maybe I might set that up. I'm thinking, this is my theory, that Jey Uso just reminded Roman Reigns who he is. Because you think about it, after WrestleMania 40, Roman Reigns kind of somewhat played the nice guy. You know, he helped Cody. He was helping his cousins, the Usos. So he was helping everybody out. But never really went in for himself like he used to when he won the titles. And now he did. And Jey Uso reminded him of that. So that's what I'm thinking. And then maybe Roman returns the favor and he helps the Usos retain their titles next week in that street fight. Maybe. That's what I'm thinking. But yeah, that was your Monday Night Raw. Solid Monday Night Raw. I give it a good A. So I love that segment there. Like I said at the end, maybe it's possibly setting up a Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns match as the new tribal chief. Maybe. Because Roman Reigns used to call Jey Uso his right-hand man and would want him to be next in line for the tribal chief. So maybe that's a possibility. Or Jey Uso just reminded Roman Reigns who the heck he is, the tribal chief, and Roman Reigns heard that and he went in for himself, tagged CM Punk, and we got this Roman Reigns back at the OTC. So I'm thinking Roman's going to win at WrestleMania. Speaking of WrestleMania, here's your card as of now. You got AJ Lee and Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental title. You got Liv Morgan and Stephanie Vaquer for the Women's World Championship. And you also got Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton for the WWE Championship. Roman Reigns versus CM Punk for the World Championship. Oba Femi versus Brock Lesnar. Ruler versus Beast. Will Oba become the Beast Slayer? And then you got Rhea Ripley versus Jade Cargill for the WWE Women's Championship. Solid card so far. We got a couple more weeks until WrestleMania, and I think we'll see more matches announced. But I'm excited for WrestleMania. This is going to be a really great WrestleMania, and I think it's honestly going to be a little bit better than last year because of all these stories, especially with Randy and Cody and Punk and Roman. Now you add Brock and Oba to the mix, and then, of course, all the women matches on the card too. This WrestleMania is going to be great. And we're going to get a tag team match as well. So I'm sure a tag team match is going to set up the, maybe the WWE World Tag Team titles, or like I said, the Vision versus Seth Rollins in LA Knight. Maybe the WWE Tag Team titles get put on the line. But I'm excited for WrestleMania. This is going to be a really great WrestleMania, so I'm excited. Solid show, best Raw on the road to WrestleMania, in my opinion. So let me know your thoughts below. Let me know what your thoughts about the Jey Uso segment. Is he ordering Roman Reigns around, or do you agree with me? He just reminded Roman Reigns who he is, the tribal chief. So let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know what you think of Monday Night Raw. Hit the like button, subscribe button, and remember, use the promo code Dr. Love to get yourself some Redcon 1 protein. With that being said, I'm Dr. Love Aaron. This is your WWE Raw review. And just remember, everyone, love professional wrestling and acknowledge your OTC Roman Reigns, the tribal chief. Have a blessed one.
Yeah! From the first bout to the last stand, this is for every fan who loves it. I am Dr. Love, and this is Aaron Loves Wrestling. Yeah!